The town of Valecrest had long been a haven for travelers, merchants, and minstrels alike. Its bustling streets, lined with timber-framed houses and lively taverns, were a place where stories were traded like currency. Yet, amidst the cheerful clamor, there was one performer who never spoke a word: Silas, the Silent Minstrel. No one knew where he had come from, only that he had appeared one autumn evening, his lute slung over his back and his piercing green eyes speaking volumes where his voice did not. Though he never uttered a sound, his melodies carried emotions so deep that they wove their own tales, of love, loss, and forgotten legends. Some claimed he had been cursed, others whispered of a vow of silence taken for reasons unknown. Whatever the truth, his music enchanted all who listened. Among those captivated by Silas' haunting tunes was Lady Isabella, daughter of Valecrest's ruling lord. Though she lived behind the cold stone walls of her father's keep, her heart longed for the world beyond. The weight of noble expectations and an arranged marriage she did not desire left her feeling trapped. Yet, when she listened to Silas play, she felt free. One evening, during the town's autumn festival, Isabella managed to slip away from her attendants, drawn to the square where Silas performed. Lanterns flickered overhead, casting golden hues across the cobbled streets as townsfolk danced to his melodies. But it was not joy she heard in his tune that night. It was sorrow, longing, and something else, a hidden plea. As the performance ended and the crowd dispersed, Isabella lingered. Summoning her courage, she approached the Silent Minstrel. "You play as though your heart is bound by chains," she murmured, searching his gaze. "Who silences your voice?" Silas hesitated, then reached into his cloak, withdrawing a parchment. Upon it was a single line: "My voice belongs to another, stolen by the one who calls himself my master." A shiver ran down Isabella's spine. A curse, then? Or something more sinister? Determined, she pressed on. "Who is this master?" Silas' hand trembled as he wrote another name on the parchment: Lord Mortine. Isabella's breath hitched. Lord Mortine was a reclusive noble rumored to dabble in forbidden magic. Few had seen him, and those who had spoke of eerie dealings and unnatural whispers carried by the wind near his estate. If he had taken Silas' voice, there was only one way to reclaim it. "Will you come with me?" Isabella asked. "If your voice is to be stolen no longer, you must fight to take it back." Silas nodded. Under the veil of night, the two made their way to Morton's decrepit manor, a place where the air felt thick with unseen forces. Within its grand yet decayed halls, they found him, a gaunt figure cloaked in darkness, eyes gleaming with unnatural light. At his feet, an ornate, rune-carved black lyre pulsed with an eerie glow. "So, my silent bard returns," Mortine sneered, fingers caressing the lyre's strings. "Have you grown weary of your imprisonment?" Silas stepped forward, defiant. Isabella, heart pounding, met Morton's gaze. "Release him," she demanded. Mortine chuckled. His voice was a price well paid. "A soul bound to melody, trapped within my instrument. Such exquisite power." He plucked a single note, and Silas recoiled, clutching his throat as if an unseen hand had seized him. Isabella did not hesitate. Grabbing a heavy candelabrum, she swung at Mortine, sending him stumbling. The lyre fell from his grasp, its glow flickering. Silas lunged for it, fingers brushing against the runes. A sudden gust of wind howled through the chamber, and a terrible wail filled the air. The lyre shattered. Silas gasped, staggering back as if released from unseen chains. And then, for the first time in years, he spoke, a single word that echoed through the room like a song breaking free from silence. "Enough." Mortine let out a cry as his power unraveled, his form withering into nothingness. The cursed lyre, the source of his magic, lay in ruin. Breathing heavily, Silas turned to Isabella, his voice hoarse but whole. "You freed me." She smiled, relief washing over her. "You fought for it too." As dawn broke over Valecrest, the silent minstrel was silent no more. And in the days to come, the ballads of Silas and the brave noblewoman who had helped him reclaim his voice would become legend, carried on the very wind that once stole his words. For the first time, his music was truly his own.